Hey Mike, how you doing? Up in the Yukon? It's Andy down at Composite Creations. We're fitting your tanks. We finally got the foam core in. There's a bit of a delay in delivery. But nonetheless, we're hammered down trying to get her there. The hull itself turned out really well so far. And so we're just going to show you a preview of where the tanks are located. Because when I bond them in, then they're kind of there. So, in the cockpit area, obviously it's centered in the boat. That very first bulkhead, that's in the bow. And you will have a storage hatch container opening there, and that will give you 16 inches of actual space through there. Now that area there is open to you to store things. This one here would be sealed off. This area here would be your additional ballast. We can create your boat without that and just have a one big massive opening, still with the original opening in this area, and that would give you like 42 inches of storage space. But again, not too certain of how much gear you really wanted to store in this area. So we'll go to the back of the boat. It's the same story. There's the back wall. There's the bulkhead on the internal area. Again, that gives you 16 inches of storage from here to here. With your opening inside of here, it allows you to put your gear in. And again, additional ballast here, so that if you ever breached one area on the trip, the other would still act as ballast to keep your boat afloat, and you can continue to paddle it. But again, we could pop that out and still put the additional storage hatch in here, giving you all that space for storage. But again, by having these internal bulkheads, what it actually does for you is stop things from moving and rolling around a lot, especially if you're doing a lot of drops and moves. As we look inside of here, we've just sort of mocked things up. They're not hard fastened at the moment. This is the saddle, and in that saddle, you had asked for some storage spots behind the seat. So we have 6 inches of storage back in this area here, and that 6 inches is for, as you had requested, for a backpack or a day bag. We can reduce that a bit more. The overall area from here all the way across to here, due to that storage area, ends up being about 29 inches. So we had originally requested 27, but in order to give you that little bit of storage space, it now brings it up to 29. I'm going to have our employee grab the camera here, and I'm going to jump in the boat. So, as we sit inside the boat, you can see that your legs are about the same length as mine. So you have lots of space here to grow, or in this case, really hunker down if you had to. But typically this is where you would be sitting. The length of your leg and mine is somewhat similar. So from here all the way to the back, you can now see you have space inside of here to lay your feet out flat or keep them upright, and there would be cleats coming out of here, your little foot pegs. So it gives you a nice range. And if you just decide to go shorter, you can always move up a bit. Still gives you more room again. So I think this is kind of an optimum spot for you. So on that note, I'm going to jump back out. And indeed, we've now got your tanks mocked up, sitting in position, kind of giving you a bird's eye view of what's going on. And yeah, if I could get some feedback. A, is that 6-inch gap too big or too small? B, are you good with the distance through there, which I believe is going to work out adequately for you? and see, do we want 2 storage areas? We'll put the hatch hole in here with the bulkhead running through, which gives this is storage and that is ballast, or the whole thing is storage with still access through the one hole. So, a lot to think about, Mike, but give me a shout back as soon as possible so I can get them bonded in and get this puppy to paint. Talk to you really soon, Mike. Thanks for all of your help so far. Bye.